Yeah, what's good? What's bragging? Clearly, we just seen the Celtics take a 2-0 lead. So right now, we just gonna do a little live reaction, post game conversation about what's going on with the series. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna just start off by saying, like, I think if the series ended right now, Finals MVP, just it's Jalen Brown. It's Jalen Brown. It's gonna go like Jalen Brown, Drew Holiday, and I do think that what Brett Myers said was pretty spot on, accurate. I had this conversation yesterday off screen. uh I think honestly the GM probably has been the best person for the Celtics. Brad Stevenson's like honestly, yeah, it's a really good team because it's like no one really had a true standout game that was just amazing. Like, yeah, it was Drew Holiday this game, but honestly, it's like the team is just really well complete and they complement each other. They make up for the absence of each other. I think he was really bad. I think he loses the superstar tag or he get a question mark next to it because I know a lot of people like you're gonna look and see it as like it was being able to ball movement and making the right choices. But I'm more so seeing it as like he deferred a lot. He was scared of the moment. He didn't know how to create that space and get those shots off. A lot of crying for fouls. And then it felt like when he did get the fouls, it felt like a couple of them were bailout fouls that weren't really true fouls. They didn't look like playoff fouls, at least. But I think Jalen Brown right now would be the Finals MVP. I think Kyrie Irving struggling major hard. Dallas supporting cast like they got Luca looking like Bron versus the Warriors when freaking Kyrie and Kevin Hart went down. It looked bad out there in Dallas. But
Who's
yeah,
Kevin
that's
Hart?
just you said what?
You said Kevin. You meant Kevin Love. You said
Yeah,
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Love. Yeah, Kevin Love. But yeah, don't mind initial thoughts about the series right now. Honestly, I think I ain't gonna hold you. I don't think the Celtics even played. They didn't feel like they played a dominant game. It didn't feel like they played a dominant game. It more so felt like Dallas supporting cast played a very, very offensively subpar game, and it felt like the defense, the help defense for the Celtics made really most of the game. Like it was the help defense, and honestly, I'm gonna go with this: the supporting cast on offense, being able to have other guys that hit the shot. But overall, it's just a team effort. Honestly, it's really a good team effort in Boston right now. Those my initial thoughts. What you got cooking?
Um, Boston. I mean, you said it like it's a team effort. This team is set up where the best player doesn't have to like go off. Yes, Jason Tatum played bad, another bad game, but I mean, I'm still looking at him getting players involved. Every time he drives to the hole, he gets double. Like he gets double. And I think this game, I think he was more aggressive. He was definitely missing some easy bunnies. Like I'm not giving you a pass on that. You was missing some easy bunnies. You basically jagged a dunk. You got denied by the rim. Your 3-point shot is bad. It's been bad basically this whole playoffs. But I'm looking at the other things he do. He is still rebounding. He's playing defense. He's basically their best passer. Like, I mean, all of them good. All of them guys are all good passers, but he's been their best passer so far in these like 2 games. Like he just has. Jalen Brown has been the most consistent. I would say that he's so much efficient and he plays good defense too. And this game, last game, it was Jalen Brown and you could say Kristaps Porzingis, but this game it was really Drew Holiday. If Drew Holiday probably doesn't play like that, they probably lose that game. I mean, I'm just being honest. But Derek White, he hit some clutch shots. Jalen Brown, he played good. Jason Tatum, I feel like I said on the last reaction, I said I need at least 25 from you. He didn't even do that. But on the Maverick side, I mean, this is. I'm not saying it's not shocking, but it's basically Luca versus the Celtics. Like Kyrie Irving is just being consistent. And I said it when we all was on the pod. I said if Kyrie Irving has these slow starts, at least in the first game, if he has a slow start, there's no way you come back from that. That did happen in game 1. Now in this game, I thought he would. I thought he was gonna play like way better. I was thinking because I think he hit like his first 2 shots. So I'm like, I could see him getting at least 20. But once again, he played bad. And I mean he just has to play better because no one else on that team could get their own shot. And that's just the truth. Like we see PJ Washington, I think he played better this game. I think he played better. But
He was
Derrick
just
Jones Jr., he's been a non-factor. The bigs in game one, they didn't do anything, but Daniel Gafford played way better this game. I'm definitely giving him credit on that. He basically almost had a double-double. Maxi Kleber, I
he laid off the minutes on him.
yeah, because he can't do anything. He's not rebounding, he can't shoot. So
For
he's
sure.
really not even played him. He did give Dante Exums a run, and that's cool. Maybe you might have to put Tim Hardaway in this series. I don't know because Tim Hardaway, he's just a streaky type shooter, but he doesn't play no defense. So I see why he's not playing him. But I mean, Luka is playing amazing. Like this is what a top 3 best player in the world does. He was very efficient, 12 for 21, 32 points, basically had a triple double. Like this dude is raw, but Kyrie Irving has to come to play. 7 for 18 for 16 points. It's just not gonna cut it. Especially when the others on the Celtics are gonna come to play. Like that, they're just gonna come to play. And Kyrie Irving has to do the same thing. Because Luka Doncic can't do it by himself.
Honestly, watching the game though, the Celtics offense isn't that good. So I think honestly the Celtics have good overall players. I think they're good at what they do. But looking at their game, looking at their offensive movement, they're not really that good of a like offensive team. I think like they have great offensive players, but there's no offensive scheme there. It did so more so felt like a lot of the times when Tatum had an opportunity to get easy baskets and he did feel like he couldn't hit it, he deferred a lot. And I know that's gonna look as like making the right pass, what Drew Holiday said in the post game interview, but that's not like the standard for what Jason Tatum should be doing. Jason Tatum is the like when he got there, he was the guy that like, okay, we believe this team is gonna go somewhere. He took it because it was Jaylen Brown first, then Tatum took it. When he bumped chest with Bronze, it was like, okay, the coming of Jason Tatum. He's not supposed to be the guy that's supposed to be deferring and making those passes. That's just it kind of feeds into the narrative of like why people like don't really want to root for Jason Tatum. Like it's the same. It's the same instances with Bron. Like Bron is a great passer, but that game 6 within the Celtics, they needed to win that. It wasn't that passiveness or passing the ball, getting other people involved. Like I think Jason Tatum, he was expected to win the Finals MVP. Like I think if you go ask the masses, I had my Finals MVP. The X factors being Jaylen Brown. I think he's looking like he's going to get it. But if the Celtics win the series, I think though. I just can't see the offense. I don't really see a true offensive threat with Boston. I think more so it's just lacking on Dallas side. And I do think Porzingis, I don't know. I say I think he's I said it when I seen it happen, I was like, no, he's done. Like I seen the way he was trying to come down soft on the injury, laboring back and forth. Kyrie started attacking him. I was like, okay, that's a bad sign. Because he has so much compression going on already with that whole right side. I know they're saying it's a calf, but every time he get hurt, he miss a few days and miss a few games. It may be some Achilles tendonitis or something going on with it. And I do want to say like the game was within like a 5 point chance for Dallas to win, and the refs missed that call when PJ Washington got the ball blocked. That was a foul. That was a clear foul. I mean, honestly, watching the game too, it did feel like it was a lot of fouls missed that happened on Luka. Like he was getting fouled a lot and it wasn't getting called. And that's when I started feeling like, okay, it's a lot of bailout calls. Like it went from Tatum crying in the beginning of the first half, like looking for the foul but wasn't aggressive. Then he started getting aggressive, attacking the paint, the hole, and throwing it up. And he got a lot of N1s. That's how his point tallies got a little bit higher. But honestly, I definitely think that missing that foul with PJ Washington, like him getting pushed in the back and they blocked it afterwards, like that really killed Dallas. Like that was the nail in the coffin that like they're gonna lose the game. And they had a chance. I do think if the game was within 10 points, like hey, you get another 4 minutes with it, Dallas could steal a game. But the refs missing that call killed their chances of winning it. And I do think there were a lot of missed calls that were supposed to go in Dallas's favor, which wasn't that great and that wasn't that amazing. I want to say the Derek White and Drew Holiday, that defense, them being the help defenders for each other, that really takes Kyrie Irving out of the game for sure. And I definitely think that if Dallas wants to truly win the game, it's gonna take Kyrie Irving. He's gonna have to force a whole lot more shots. He's gonna have to take some pre-workout. He's gonna have to take an adrenaline shot. Cause Kyrie gotta get out there and he gotta get it going. Even if he's feeling like I get it, all this passing, getting others involved, but they need you. It goes Luka, Kyrie, then it go PJ Washington. Then you get your Tim Hardaway, your Klebe, your Gafford. They need Kyrie to get it going. He got to get force fed to force it to flow. I get it. Drew Holiday is amazing defender. Tatum, great body. Porzingis was doing amazing blocking things, but Kyrie it's truly the reason why Dallas is losing is Kyrie Irving's fault. It falls down on Kyrie Irving in this series. He just hasn't been a guy that they signed him for at all.
The Mavericks 3-point shooting has been bad.
Yes, man.
And the Celtics 3-point shooting hasn't been that good. It ain't been that good either. And they're still winning. Like, if it's like, I agree with like Kyrie Irving. Like, I just felt like he just got to be a little bit more aggressive. Like, sometimes you got to not say forget Luka, but sometimes you got to kind of take it into your own hands. We've seen you. We saw it against the Timberwolves. You were amazing. We saw it against the Clippers. You were really good.
I'm gonna say he was amazing against the Minnesota.
No, he was really good. He was.
I
think he averaged like high 20s. He was really good that series.
Yeah,
well, I think so.
Good games. I feel like he failed. I think he fell back from like a lot of those. I think he fell. I think the first game he was amazing. That was abnormal. But I think like with Kyrie with the Celtics, he's not getting to his spots. He's not taking the shots that he's not hitting the shots that he usually hits either. And it doesn't look like he's forcing the issue. It doesn't look like when these guys are defending him, he's not doing the same. He doesn't have the same tenacity to try to press them and force the issue with that defender. Maybe because it's the help defense right there, but he's not getting to his spots at all, and he's not even forcing it. You can't just keep allowing them to force you that. As good of an offensive player as he is, he has to force the issue with the defense. He has to take it. He can't keep allowing what they're giving him. He has to take it.
The Celtics are letting Luka, they're letting him cook, but we want you other people to beat us. And so far, the others, the PJ Washington, the Derrick Jones Jr.'s, I think they played better this game because last game they didn't do anything. Well, they did get blown out, but this game they played better, but it still just wasn't enough. Like, if Kyrie just gives you 20 points, there is a good chance they win. I didn't tweet it, but I was like, I got Celtics in game 2, but I wouldn't be shocked if they win the game. I wouldn't have been shocked if they won. And a lot of people just have Dallas in game 2 because Celtics have been bad in game 2s.
I mean, even when Kyrie did score 20 points, they still lose by like 3.
So, you got to credit Drew Holiday. I thought, and I didn't speak on Porzingis. He played good first game, but then he started out pretty good this game, but then obviously he hurt. It is 2 days off. He's gonna probably get treatment around the clock. Will he play? I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if he didn't play. But if he plays, he plays.
I'm gonna say he has some good defensive plays, but overall he was really quiet though. It was more of a Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown game, honestly.
Well, he still is on. Like Joe Mazzulla said, he wasn't on minutes restriction. That's cap. He's definitely on minutes restriction. That's cap. So, because the game 1, he was amazing. He was amazing, bro. Like I didn't think he was gonna drop 20 again, but dropping 20 in basically like 20 minutes is really good. Like that's good. I mean, he's a difference maker. And Jaylen Brown, I would say he probably is the Finals MVP right now. The odds makers are saying Jason Tatum is still the MVP, but it's not by that much. It's really close. Like it's not like a big lead how it was before the series started. Jaylen Brown has been the most consistent. And credit to him.
Jason Tatum being like the favorites on the odds or the bets, that's just bait. that's just bait to get the people that's addicted to gambling, people that's tuning in for the summer. Jason Tatum right now is not, if he was to be in it for like Finals MVP, to be honest, of game 1 and 2, he's not even in the top 3 of the discussion. He's number 4. It gotta be Porzingis, Drew Holiday, Brown. Like that's not even like rank them however you want. Those
Oh,
are
you
the
just talk
guys.
about them Celtics. Okay, I
Yeah,
got you.
those are the guys
I
that's the
got you.
finals because they 2-0, they won the series. So like those are the guys that's gonna win Finals MVP. One of those 3. Tatum is number 4. Like
I don't think
honestly,
Jason Tatum really cares. Like,
I ain't gonna
I don't
hold
think
you.
he really. I don't think none of them really care. For being honest,
That's cap.
I don't think. Not really. I don't think they really care about like who gets the final. Because at this point, it's about winning. Like trying to get this ring. Maybe if it was 2 years ago, but I feel like now they just trying to win. So I don't think.
I would get with you on that too. But if you get Jalen Brown saying like flat out like I'm surprised I won, I never win shit. Clearly he take note and he cares. So it's like you don't
I,
say stuff like that if you ain't keeping note and you don't care. Like I think honestly, him winning Finals MVP is kind of written for it because it's like there's always been a conversation of like Tatum is the better player, but Brown is the guy that's like the executor, the better closer. He's the one that you could lean on more. Like I know they talk about Tatum defense, and then it was like we had the conversation already. I think, and I was just saying like I think Tatum is a good defender, but Brown is better because he's the more athletic, faster defender, more hands there. But Tatum has the bigger body, so it's easier for him to defend. Versus like Jalen Brown is the better basketball defender.
if you, I don't like. I'm not disagreeing. Like because people saying like Jalen Brown, he is more efficient. He has that dog in him. But like Jason Tatum, like I mean, I don't know how like Joe Mazzulla like sets it up, but like they have different roles. Like Jason Tatum, he has to go out there and rebound, basically drop 20. Now, obviously not this year, but I'm just talking about in general. He has to go out there and basically drop 25, and he still has to assist to a degree. Jalen Brown isn't doing that now. Is that like does he want to do that? I don't know. But Jason Tatum does have to do all of that stuff. And he still has to play defense. And I think like and he has improved on that like over the years. So I think that's why, because he just has to do a little bit more. And they don't like you can in these first 2 games. I know you said like he be deferring, and he probably do defer. I think he did defer a lot more in game 1, but in game 2, I thought he was way more aggressive. He just missing. Like it's just true. He was missing. Man got
Mm,
denied by the rim. Like he's just missing. But there
not
are
that.
every time he drives, they are collapsing on him. They are doing it. Like and Jalen Brown, they don't really do that as much when he is driving. Like, I mean, that's just what it is. But
I
Jalen
don't.
Brown's definitely the Finals MVP right now. Definitely, I agree.
I
I have
ain't
no
gonna
problem
hold
with
you.
that.
Like I think that Rose. Like a really really good question. Like are there roles? I think that roles differ, but I don't think it differs by that much. I ain't gonna hold you. I think though, cause like Tatum, do I think it's his role to rebound? No. Do I think he rebounds? I think he rebounds because he's 6'8". I think honestly he's 6'8" and he's a wide 6'8". He's a big 6'8". I think honestly he's just the guy like he's gonna be in a position for it. He has the best chance of getting the rebound. I don't think he really going out there to truly like I'm gonna get the boards. Like I think
Mhm.
it's just advantageous to him the way he's built. Jalen Brown 6'6". I mean, I know like 6'6" is tall, but like in the NBA, 6'6" is like that's average. And then he's thin too. Then the way he's playing, like he's not getting at that rim like that. Like, well, he's not near the rim when the ball is bouncing off. So it's like the rebounding side, like I get it, but then it's like the Celtics got like they got some good rebounders on that team too. So Tatum, you got to give it to him. And then it's like the assist. Tatum do get the assist, but I do feel like though, like when you got Drew Holiday and Derek White, he probably ain't gonna get the credit he deserved for it. And Jalen Brown, he does not. It's like if he get rebounds, you happy for it, but you don't really, you ain't asking it. It's like assists, he really don't like. You not at you like by the time he get the ball, you ask him to do one thing. So it's like I don't know. I feel like they roles the same, but I feel like Tatum can do more. But I feel like even when that's the case, that's why like it's a different like lens. When you look at like Tatum and Brown can have the exact same stat line, but it's like if Brown do it, it's like, oh wow, that's amazing. Now if Tatum do it, it's more like he not living up to what he's supposed to be. So it's just not a it's different. It's different calibers. You have a different expectation. One is a franchise player, the other one is a Robin, like or a Nightwing. You could say he a Nightwing, but one is the franchise player and one is the Nightwing. So you want more from that guy. But I think I ain't gonna hold you. I think Brad Stevens probably like, hey, fuck that. We gonna get this guy. We gonna get that guy. We gonna get Robert Williams out of here. Hey, Marcus Smart, we love you, brother. Come sit courtside. Come to the suite. But we got to get you out of here. Like you got to give it to it. Like I don't know, man. Celtics is a good team. I don't think the series over with because I don't
I
like the
don't
way
think the
they
series
played
over
out
with
there.
either.
Yeah, I don't like the way. I didn't like that. I didn't like all. Honestly, it was a lot of one on one. It was a lot of one on one. I was surprised to see so much of the one on one that they was doing. Still won the game, but I ain't gonna hold you. Once you like, this is the thing too with these NBA teams, and it was the reason why I said with the Warriors, I said they'll never win the ring again. Once you're under this spotlight and you have everybody tuned in watching, it's like you could just zoom in, focus on one team. It ain't like I'm playing four different teams this week. The league is like the way to dissect and figure out the Celtics is just it's looking really really easy to beat them now. Honestly, just match the intensity, play faster, match the intensity and play faster. You could beat the Celtics. Honestly, it looked like it's like the only thing that could truly like make the Celtics be an unstoppable team. You would need Tatum to take better shots. You would need Tatum to take more shots within the 3 point line, but he shoots the three like he a great 3 point shooter. He's good, but he's not great. He takes too many threes, and it's like that right there is not gonna cut it. And it looks like Drew Holiday is a great piece for him, but I think you could low key. I think you could low key pick. I think you could pick on Drew. I think you could really pick on Drew, and I think you could take advantage of Jason Tatum picking on him on defense because PJ Washington, what he did to him, that was a little expose of like, oh shit, wait a second, that's working. So I think honestly, the spotlight on the Celtics right now is kind of showing a blueprint for other teams in the league that we could beat them guys. Beat because you're on display. It's like what Bill Belichick said. He said when you're in the Super Bowl, it's like everybody watching you, everybody dissecting your game. You already behind after you win or lose.
Um, the only way the Celtics are going to lose is if they beat themselves. Obviously, not hitting their threes. Like, I mean, that's really it. Majority of these, like, that's what everybody like. Not well, a lot. Some people they've been saying like the Celtics play around with their food. Obviously, they did it with the Heat. They did it with the Cavs in Game 2. You can say they kind of did it with the Pacers. People saying they should have been up 3-1. They played around. They turned it up late. They swept them. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I think Dallas is their biggest competition. Like, this is what everybody was saying. We're waiting. The Celtics haven't played nobody. We're waiting on them to play somebody good. Well, they are playing somebody good, and now they're up 2-0. And I mean, I've said it like basically like during the whole playoff. I said the Celtics are in a lose-lose situation. If they win, if they do beat the Mavericks, a lot of people are just gonna say, well, that's a fifth seed. You were the best team all year. You're supposed to beat them. If they lose, how can you lose to a fifth seed? Like
I
it
hate
just
that.
they're in a lose-lose situation regardless. So they basically gotta win, and then they'll get that monkey off their backs, and then they won't have all this pressure. There won't be these trade rooms about we go trade Jason Tatum, we go trade Jaylen Brown, etc. Like they just need to win. And
Okay.
at this point, it doesn't matter if you beat them by 20. In the playoffs, a win is a win. If I win by 1 point every game, I don't care. We won. All we need is 16 wins. We ain't got to get to 64. We just need
Different.
16 wins. And that's why I was never on them about dominating against like basically against the Pacers or the Cavs, how these games were close. Who cares? You won. I don't care.
That man, but that's like the thing. That's the thing with like, because sports has two different worlds. Like it's two different worlds living on one planet. You got the planet of like the people that watch sports that know what's going on. Then you got the narratives, the people that's running with the narratives. Because it's like, yeah, like it's if the Celtics win by 1 point, everybody gonna be like they weren't dominant, they weren't amazing. The Celtics win against the fifth seed, they're gonna be like, oh my god, this is one of the weakest championship runs ever. And it's the same thing about Denver last season. It was like they went against this. It's like they were the number one seed. When you're the number one seed, you get to play the weakest teams. When you take the season serious, that's the advantage of it. And it's like it's disrespectful to the regular season. It's disrespectful to winning. But it's like if you watch the sport, it's like if I beat all y'all during the regular season, why would I have to play against the best teams in the beginning? Like it should be, it's like that. It's so stupid. Last year they were saying Denver had won the weakest championship ring ever, but it's like you don't get to pick your opponents. You don't get to say, "Oh, we want to play the Charlotte Hornets in the first round." You don't get to pick your opponents. Your opponents is they the one. So it is really disrespectful to Boston. I mean, honestly, I think what a lot of the Boston hate comes from two places. One, because it's Boston. Boston is racist. Facts of the matter is, it's a lot of subliminal like fucking racism that happens there. They try to play like it doesn't, but it happens. Get the fuck over it. You're racist. And then two, Paul Pierce and KG. The way they talk in the media, they talk like that one ring they got, like they were the ones like they talk on it like they were shitting on Bron, like they were the best team ever and no one could see them. And I don't think people like that. I don't think people like that.
I just think it's because Celtics win all the time. And I feel like not you, but I think a lot of people they just want Dallas to win because I feel like they just like Kyrie. I've been thinking about this for like the past like couple of days. I just think people just like Kyrie. Like I think people like Luca, but I feel like people just love Kyrie. Like they love Kyrie. And I think they just want to see him win. But if you
Mm-hmm.
look at it, the Celtics are really the better team. Like they are. They just are. I'm not now can the Mavericks tie the series up and can they win? Yes, but like the Celtics are really the better team. But we just want to see them lose because we just don't like Boston or we just like Kyrie and Luca. Not because this team is just better than him. It's just because you like Luca and Kyrie. It's simple as that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see the Celtics win. Nobody wants to see them get banner number 18.
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. A lot of them banners came before the CBA even existed, right? So I ain't gonna hold you. Before the merger, I ain't gonna hold you. Celtics, they're a good team, good franchise, but I ain't rooting for them. I ain't gonna never root for the Celtics. Nope. Just because they was the ones that got in the way for Derrick Rose. Hell no, I ain't trying to see it. I don't care.
But now though, like will the Mavericks I don't think they'll win game 3, but I think they'll win. I think they can win game 4.
Why can't they win the next game?
You know what? I'll take that back. I don't think they'll win one of the games. I don't think they'll win both though. I'll say that. I don't know which game it'll be, but I think they'll win one of those games.
What does Dallas need? What does Dallas need to do to win the next game? What does Dallas need to
Well,
do
at
to
first I
top the
was
series?
gonna say you might have to start Derek Lively over Daniel Gafford, but Daniel Gafford was really good this game. I felt like he was way more active on the rebounds, and he was bringing the intensity because Derek Lively was playing good in game 1, but he was in foul trouble, and it's just so hard because, like, I think one of them lineups, man. No, it was right before they subbed in PJ Washington back in. I said, why does Jason Kidd have 2 non-shooters out here? Because Maxi Kleber ain't shooting, and I think Daniel Gafford was out there. I said, bro, what are you doing? But then he subbed PJ Washington. I'm like, thank you, because you gotta bring back some shooters.
Yeah, he was the best. He was the second best player out there for Dallas. So,
I
so
thought it was
you're
PJ
saying,
Washington.
yeah, PJ Washington, yeah, that's what
I
I'm
thought
saying.
it was PJ. I thought he was the second best.
No, that's
Luca
what
gonna do
PJ.
him.
Yeah,
Luke.
PJ was the second best
Oh,
player.
I thought you said Dale Gafford. That's why I was
Oh
like
no, no,
PJ
no, no,
was
no, no.
okay. Yeah, PJ Washington. He was way better, but he only hit 1 3, and that was what in the first like minute of the game. He ain't hit no threes since.
They've been struggling this series and since last series, just lingering.
It-
So you're saying so for Dallas to tie the series up, it needs to be a
It's
lineup.
really just. I think it just depends on Kyrie.
It needs to depend on
It depends
Kyrie.
on Kyrie and PJ Washington, Derrick Jones Jr. Derrick Jones Jr. didn't even attempt a three this game.
You
He didn't
said
even attempt
you
a three.
keeping the same lineup for this game to that game.
I probably will. If we lose game, if the Mavericks lose game three, I might change it up because I was like, he might have to put Maxi Kleber in there because Maxi Kleber to this game he did shoot, he did shoot some threes, but he missed. So I was like, I think he's starting to be more confident in his three, I guess. And I was like, I feel like you just gotta try and space the floor because I think it was in game one, Maxi Kleber was out there, but he just not give you nothing.
I think he's rusty too. Honestly, it looks like he's like the playoff intensity versus what he's used to. I know he went out there the first round of the series, but like it just looked like a lot of the times he wasn't ready for the pass that was coming his way. I know Tatum for one big shot that he was supposed to hit. Tatum got his fingertips on it, but I feel like Maxi Kleber knowing that pass is coming, you're still supposed to be ready to catch that. There's no way Tatum should have been able to beat you to that loose ball. I think Kleber is honestly still self-conscious about the injury, and I think he's just rusty. Like it's just a lot of mistakes that he's making. I think though, honestly, basketball wise, for I ain't gonna hold you, it's not really much the Celtics. The Celtics they don't really have to do anything. But I do think though when you say like the rumors go away about the Celtics not having to break things up or trade people, I don't know about those. I don't know. I don't know if that rumor goes away, if that narrative disappears. I more so thinks that the conversation becomes the same what of that Klay Thompson, uh, somewhat lesser degree Kyle Kuzma. How when Klay they were saying like, "Oh, Klay, now you got the chance. They're not gonna keep all in. Will Klay go off and go somewhere, be a number one, try to win on his own?" And I know right now Kyle Kuzma's doing somewhat of that same narrative. And then we do see Kyrie, who lived out that narrative a bit with Boston, go off, try to be a leader, win on your own without Bron. So I don't know if I think that maybe the narratives of like they need to trade them. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it transforms into more of like Jaylen Brown won the Finals MVP. He showed that like he can outplay, he can play at a better level than Tatum. Maybe he needs to go off and do it on his own. So I don't know if that narrative truly goes away.
Well, they're gonna have two people with $300 million contracts,
And they have to,
and
yeah.
they have not. If they do win this one, and let's just say they don't win again, and say the next 2 years, because at that point you're gonna have to you're like not break them up, but you can't resign everybody. Then you might have to think about it.
How much they offered Drew and then extension?
They
They
gave
ex-
him like 100 some million. Porzingis is on there for another 2 years. You're gonna give Jason Tatum 300 mil,
yeah.
and Derek White. I don't. I think they will extend him, but I don't know what the number is. I don't know what the
Honestly,
number
they're
is.
not gonna. This is my thing. I don't not to just be hated. I don't have them winning the series, but even if they win, I don't have them winning again. I think from just looking at the league at how competitive it is right now, the league is not set up right now for the same team to keep winning back to back. I don't think there's a single team in the league right now that can win back to back. I don't think so. I think honestly, if we switched out Denver with the Mavs, I think Denver probably had the best chance to go back to back. But I don't even think that's a clear case of Denver winning. I think that one still goes seven. I think that would be a better chance for the Celtics to show themselves. I don't think, honestly, if you get the Knicks, you get the 76ers healthy again. They got a lot of motion going on right now, conversations. I do think you still got to figure out what it comes. It's a lot of game sevens in the East. The East has a lot of game sevens. I think if you ran it back healthy right now, there's a lot of game sevens in the East. So I don't know. I can't see any organization winning back to back right now. I think the league is just in a really competitive spot. I think it's in a really good spot for any sport because you don't know who can win. You really don't.
Can
You
they
got a nice
win
team.
back to back? I don't know.
I don't
Can
think
they
it's a single
get
team.
back there? Yes, they can definitely get back to the finals. Now,
I mean,
winning, I don't know.
they're number one seed this year, so you got to put some respect on them that they could get back there. But to win back to back, that's just my thing. I don't think there's a single team in the league right now that can win.
No, I don't think. I mean, especially in the West, like it's so many
A lot of
teams.
game sevens. It's a lot of
It,
game
it,
sevens over
it's,
there.
it's so many teams in the West and in the East. It's the usual four now, I guess.
If you do on
So
both sides, and we got like 8, 9 teams like each year. It's like it used to just be 3 teams. Now it's like that's a lot of teams to decide who can win. That's like, and that's really hard. Honestly, even if you look at like, I don't know how good Memphis is gonna be, but you still gotta count on them. They got a really great young guy. You still gotta look at like damn, why just slipped my mind? The Timberwolves, they really exceeded expectations. I don't think they go back to the Western Conference Finals, but you still gotta respect them. You still gotta respect Denver. You still gotta respect the Knicks. Honestly, shit, hang on. You still gotta even respect Orlando to a degree. Like they're probably only 2 pieces away. They're probably only 2 pieces away from going to that second round, that conference, surprising somebody. Honestly, who knows? It's really hard to see anybody repeating.
well, yeah, like
Let me
I mean,
let me
I
ask you this. Paul George on the Magic, second round bounce, first round bounce.
um I don't know. It depends on who they play. I don't know.
Say they play the Cavs again. Let's say they play the Cavs. They play the Cavs in the first round, and they play the Knicks in the second round. Are they getting past the Cavs again, or
Well, they
move?
didn't get past them this year,
Well,
but
are they getting past the Cavs with Paul George?
I don't know. I don't think so because Paul George has not been good in game fives and six. So counted on him to basically be the second best player is difficult.
I don't know.
So but maybe in a different I don't. I already said I don't want him to go there. I don't think they need him. I think they need a more point guard more than another forward. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I mean, if he goes there, he goes there. But I think they need a point guard because they don't have a point guard. They just don't. Like Markel Fultz won't be back. Cole Anthony isn't a point guard, or traditional at least. Anthony Black, he is still out for him. I think he's gonna be okay, but I don't know what. I don't know if he's that
Ain't he
type.
like
I
a
don't think he's
rookie in
that
the
type of
league
point
though?
guard. Who?
Ain't he a rookie?
Well, his second year now, but yeah. So I don't know. I think they just need a point guard. I don't want them to get another. Like, what's the point of getting another forward?
Because if you get Paul George, it makes the game easier for friends to play. He becomes more efficient. He's less pressure on him. So you're pretty much getting one of your younger guys to hit a stride to be more consistent. It makes the game simpler for him, and then it also makes the game easier for Pablo to play in one direction because he's more of a point forward too. Honestly, I think the game make it simpler. I think you can still go out and you can get some guard out there that can be just good enough to get y'all guys going around and moving. I think Paul George makes the game easier for other people around him versus you bring in a point guard. You more so have to like change up a lot more things for their offense to run. But I'm just saying, I'm just going back to it, just asking questions about like how complicated right now the standings are for anybody to win back to back. But I know you were finna say something, and I cut you off with
No,
my.
I was just gonna say I really don't have nothing else to talk about. Like the
Uh,
Mavericks, they lost. Celtics, they go up 2-0. Okay, I'm gonna say the Mavericks win game three. I'm gonna say they win game three and
they
then
might
lose
win
game
both.
four.
They might win the next two.
There is
Honestly,
a chance they do win both. There is a chance. But I did pick Celtics in six, so they gotta win two games for it to be right. So
it'll be
so I'll say
fine.
they win game three. I think they win game three. They probably lose game four, and I don't know what happens after that. Kyrie just gotta play better. Simple as that. You gotta play better, bro. Tatum, you gotta play better. You gotta play better too. Scoring wise, at least, you gotta be more efficient. You got to.
Yeah, playing better for
Simple.
Kyrie means he has to. Honestly, you have to stop passing the ball so much. You have to force the issue. You have to attack that. You have to take some more. You got to take a whole lot more mid-range shots, Kyrie. You got to take a whole lot more mid-range shots. You got to make them work on defense. You got to get them tired. You got to get them exhausted. I know eventually they're gonna pick you up full court, but you could do it, Kyrie. You could push through. You got to get them dribble moves off. I know you want to get that pass to them guys to get them going, But if they not going, forget it. Win the game. You need to be thinking, once Luka go, I need to go. Once he go, okay, I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna go. You need to be attacking within that paint. You need to be making them work. I know that help defense coming, but Kyrie's offense is better than any defense that exists out there. It's not an easy task. You got your Porzingis ain't gonna play. I think Porzingis is done. Like I said before the finals started, I said you don't got to worry about Porzingis because Porzingis can't stay healthy. He can't stay out there. I think he's done for the series. Now you guys need to figure out how you gonna pick on Al Horford. How you gonna get rid of that
Al
help?
Horford has been playing really good on
But they got
defense.
they still gonna Kyrie picking on Al Horford. I think you gonna need to figure out how to attack his goddamn ass. Attack him. You need to figure out how to get them to stop reaching in and popping that ball out from you. That's it. Attack that paint, Kyrie. Attack that paint. Get them mid-range shots off. If the three not falling, stop forcing it because y'all both shooting horrible from three. God damn, this shit look like we playing in the 2000s. Cut that shit out.
That's not gonna stop. They're gonna keep hitting threes.
I don't think the 3-point shooting gonna get no better. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't think it's gonna get no better.
They only have the Mavericks really only have three. That's
three,
it.
Three.
Three good shooters. That's it.
Yeah.
And your third and probably your second. Honestly, PJ Washington might be a better 3-point shooter than Luka, but he ain't doing nothing from the three, so that's not helping. Luka is literally the only one doing anything. He's literally the only one. Like,
got his sliders up.
If Luke, like, it's never gonna happen. But Luka is obvious. Luka is really the Finals MVP. They're not gonna do that. Give it to a loser no more. That's dead forever.
Last person that did that was what?
Was Jerry West.
Yeah.
So that's not gonna happen. But he is he's playing the best. So
that one year.
That one. No, we're not doing that no more. But yeah, I'm done. That's it.
All right, man. We gone.